with the Christ of light, which is our supernature, which is what we were born to. We were not born to be harvested. We were not born to be laid to waste as a species by a clutch of deviant, blood ritualistic, satanic sociopaths who have absolutely taken control of the planetary power apparatus. They've absolutely taken control of it. But it is a clunky machine that is falling apart in any event. And it's almost as though it doesn't matter. They can have Capitol Hill. They can have Buckingham Palace. They can have the Vatican complex. They can have the Bank of International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland. They can have all of the rotten apparatus that was their bad dream in the first place. Let them have it. But do not participate in it. Do not pay into it. Do not place your God-given plasma, your attention, your life force on it. That is how the creature has harvested us for thousands of years. I could lecture for hours on the beast of the sea and how the Phoenicians and the Sumerians and the Babylonians coursed through history and brought us through the Romans, the Caesars of Rome, all the way through Doomsday, and then to the crowns of Europe and the Vatican complex and the Jesuits, and how they infiltrated the bedchambers of the kings and queens all around the world, creating the genesis of the CIA deep state, stealing information, blackmailing, extortion, dirty, dirty tricks amongst the so-called black nobility. These people are still alive, many of them. I've met some of them, just so you know. And there is a sea change taking place even amongst those bloodlines. On multiple occasions in the last few years, I've been asked to meet some of these key individuals, the younger generation, who have told me over the silver service dining table in their private mansions, they have told me that they are not any longer participating in the blood compacts. They've told me that they have stood down. It's not as easy as that, though. And I said to them, you need to do more than just that. To not participate in the blood compacts and accept the Masonic nonsense, those titular ermine stoles and all the things that are being offered to you, the heraldry and the cloak and dagger. That's good to step back from that ritualistic black magic. That's one thing. But it's more than that. You need to step away from the money, baby, the trust fund. That is the contaminant. You need to step away from that and hand that back. And you see, this is where it's a problem for a lot of these old dynastic lineages. They can't walk away from the money, from the trust funds. Now actually that's all being rejigged anyway, because those trust funds will be worth nothing in the fullness of time. But I'm just giving you a little bit here because I'm not in a shrieking mood today, feeling a bit fragile still. I just wanted to give a little bit of hope about the fact that there is an alchemization taking place in the basement amongst the highest echelon of power. And as I've been saying on this tour for the last couple of months, we must be careful not to continue to enmitize or demonize the other humans. So I want to tail off by speaking a little to America, to you guys, who you are, and why you are so fucking special. And I'll explain why. Because you truly are the galactic hybrid. If this whole planet is made up of thousands of different genome expressions, which it is incidentally, thousands. There are thousands of different tribes. I commissioned a study with the University of Georgia, Atlanta, 20 years ago. I commissioned a study to identify all the different tribes on Earth. We got to 1,000 after a year and stopped the study. And the criteria that I put forward for that study, because I wanted to know about the diversity of the human family And the criteria I put forward was each tribe would have to have a different god, a different song, and a different dance. And that was the criteria, different language, forgive me. And that was the criteria. We reached 1,000, can you believe it? And then the cultural anthropologist professor, who's one of the most advanced academics in the world to this day, speaks 26 languages, and he said to me, we've reached 1,000 and there's still more. So that was 20 years ago, 1999, 2000, and I was aware of how diverse the human family was. The more I looked to North America and the more I studied arcane history and the Babylonian Mysterium cult as it relates to the invisible hand, the creature that's been harvesting us by stealth through engineered monotheistic religiosity and through cultural programming and all of that stuff, the more I began to realize that America, North Americans are the true hybrid. Because you people just smile and beam and you mean it when you say have a great day. You mean it. And I think that's remarkable. Just the sheer degree of common decency, courtesy, and empathy that exists in Middle America is the sweetest thing in the galaxy. I only say this because when we lose that sweetness, that's when it's over. And I now know, after 2.5 months of running this country 4 times now, and exchanging tens of thousands of spike proteins with all of you, I now know absolutely, and this is my message to the world, and this is the thing I'm going to make in the film I'm making. This is the message, is that not only is humankind alive and well, the Christed light is now activated. It's happening. All of that weirdness, that twilight zone, that satanic Luciferian nonsense is neither here nor there. Whether this is a 2-month or 2-year or 5-year process, friends, it's almost immaterial. But I can tell you this much. The degree to which you and I stand in pure truth and conduct right action in the now is the determining factor. That is all. That is it. So nothing to move against conscience. Nothing to move against conscience. And if that's about wearing a pantyhose on your face, say thank you, no thank you. Not doing it. Not gonna do it. Not interested. You want me to roll my sleeve up and you want to put a needle into me? I think not. I think not.
Amen.
I would say this to the status quo. I would say this to government. I would say this to the Catholic Church, which is behind your government, just so you know. They own it. And the Crown of England, which owns your government. And your house, incidentally. Everything that you registered is owned by the Crown of England, if you understand the truth of these things. Unless you have allowed your title on your farm or your house, it's owned by the Crown of England. Fact. It goes through the US Treasury, Clearinghouse, Bank of International Settlements, Bank of England, Crown of England, and behind that, Vatican. Owns everything, including your tractor and your bicycle. Once you learn that registering your babies to the Crown or to the state is offering your babies out for sacrifice. And that's been thus for thousands of years. Friends, it is time to awaken.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just finish by, number one, thanking you folks for such a beautiful Pacific vibe. What can I say? But I also want to say this. I would ask you to stand with me, not physically, just psychologically, emotionally. Stand up with me psychologically, and let's look at Yaldabaoth. Let's look at Cronus, the lords of time. Let's look at the government and all of the superstructure, all of the bullshit, the 10 million statutes dressed up as laws that are designed to penalize us and terrorize us. Let's look at Bill Gates and Elon Musk, and let's look at Mr. Joseph Biden, that gibbering sock puppet. Let's look at all of the artifice, the fiction out there, and let's stand naked. Let's look at that thing unblinking, and let's invite that thing to track and trace pedophiles and not healthy people.
Yeah!